Welcome to my YouTube channel. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket change, a 2004 USA 1-cent coin, and discovering that it carries a face value of $22 million. It sounds impossible, right? Just 1 cent, a coin you'd barely glance at, suddenly thrust into the limelight, wrapped in mystery, drenched in value, and hunted by collectors across the globe. This is not just a story of copper and zinc. This is a story of history, of intrigue, of errors and rarity that transforms a common coin into a priceless treasure. Welcome to the unbelievable saga of the 2004 USA 1-cent coin that has captivated the imaginations of numismatists, historians, and treasure hunters alike. To understand how a 2004 penny could ever be associated with such an outrageous value, we need to explore the context of its origin. The year 2004 wasn't particularly known for any radical shifts in American coinage, yet what unfolded would soon become one of the greatest anomalies in numismatic history. At a time when the United States Mint was operating routinely, churning out billions of coins, something extraordinary slipped through the cracks. The Lincoln cent had been a fixture of American currency since 1909, and the 2004 version was, on the surface, just another entry in that long tradition. But as any seasoned coin collector will tell you, it's not always about the face of the coin. Sometimes, it's about the flaws, the unexpected marks, the unique traits that sneak past quality control. And this is precisely where the story of the 2004 1-cent coin begins to grow roots. Among the sea of pennies produced in Philadelphia and Denver that year, a very small number began to attract attention. It started with whispers on online forums. Coin collectors started uploading pictures of their finds, 2004 pennies with unusual markings, slightly off-center designs, double-die impressions, and even coins that looked as if they had been minted on the wrong metal planchet entirely. The anomalies varied, but the fascination was universal. What had the U.S. Mint created? The first major breakthrough came when a coin dealer in Ohio, sifting through a bulk lot of Lincoln cents, noticed something strange about a 2004 penny. It had a distinct copper hue, far more vibrant than others. Upon closer inspection, it also featured a barely noticeable doubling on Lincoln's eye, a classic sign of a double die error. But this wasn't the typical double die. The minting seemed deeper, more pronounced, almost as if it were a hybrid of traditional and experimental die methods. The dealer sent the coin to be authenticated and graded. The results came back shocking. It was a double die obverse with a partial off-metal strike. Numismatic organizations scrambled to analyze the coin, and soon more examples began surfacing, each with slight variations, yet all linked by unique errors and irregularities. The 2004 1-cent coin was suddenly no longer a penny. It had become a puzzle, a mystery that drew the attention of elite collectors and historians. Some speculated that an experimental batch of coins had been minted at one facility, possibly in Denver, using leftover or test planchets not meant for general circulation. Others suggested that a limited run had been struck using outdated equipment or dies not correctly calibrated. One outlandish theory even posited that the Mint had deliberately released a few altered coins as a secret nod to the centennial anniversary of the Roosevelt dime's development process, tying the oddities back to historical experimentation. Whatever the truth, the demand exploded. Auctions began to feature 2004 pennies labeled as unique mint errors, and the price tags were outrageous. One such coin sold in a private auction for nearly $50,000. It was graded MS-67 and included documentation of its rare off-metal strike. Another penny, a deep cameo proof with an unusual mirrored finish, sold for over $70,000 due to its sheer perfection and mysterious origin. But these were just the tip of the iceberg. What pushed the narrative into overdrive was a particular specimen found in Texas, in the possession of a retired metallurgist who had kept the coin sealed for years, believing it to be special. It bore a triple die reverse and an unusually smooth edge, lacking the standard reading. This coin, authenticated and confirmed as a true mint anomaly, was privately appraised at over $2 million. News of these valuations triggered a nationwide frenzy. People began digging through old jars, checking under couch cushions, scouring their 2004 pocket change. Online marketplaces saw an uptick in listings for 2004 Lincoln cents, with sellers claiming rare error coin or possibly worth millions. Of course, most of these turned out to be standard issues, but the mythos had taken root. It became a modern-day gold rush, not for gold but for a forgotten penny that had somehow crossed over into the realm of the priceless. Experts were called in to verify how many such coins might exist. Estimates varied widely, with some suggesting no more than 20 to 30 true error coins of significance, while others argued the number could be slightly higher, possibly up to 100. What everyone agreed on was their scarcity. In a world where over 3.9 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 2004, finding one with the rare characteristics that matched the million-dollar anomalies was like finding a needle in a haystack. And yet, hope persisted. The U.S. Mint, for its part, offered little comment on the matter. A few brief press releases acknowledged the general concept of mint errors occurring every year in small numbers, but no direct confirmation was ever given about the nature of the 2004 errors. Some insiders suggested that any formal acknowledgement could create liability or force transparency into a situation that was better left obscure. Others saw the silence as confirmation that something unusual had indeed occurred. As collectors dug deeper, even more variations of the 2004 penny emerged. Some featured ghost images of previous dies, suggesting die clashes. Others had doubling not just on the obverse but also on the date and the word liberty, a feature usually only found in known varieties like the famous 1955 double die. One coin, found in North Carolina, exhibited an unusual alloy mix, confirmed through metallurgical analysis, that indicated it may have been struck on a foreign coin planchet. That particular find fetched $160,000 at auction. Over time, as with all things in the collectible world, legends grew. Stories circulated of a 2004 penny being found in a roll purchased at a flea market for just 50 cents, later appraised at over $500,000 due to its perfect strike and mirrored fields. Another tale described a young coin enthusiast in Florida who discovered a rare off-center 2004 cent in his grandfather's drawer. That penny was sold through heritage auctions for $1.1 million, an almost mythical result for a denomination most people consider trash. The value, now whispered at $22 million, is not about a single sale. It's about a total estimation of market desirability, rarity, insurance valuations, and collector frenzy. It's about how an entire subset of coins from a single year became folklore. It's about how one man's pocket change becomes another man's treasure. It's about the thrill of discovery, the endless hunt, and the slim, exhilarating chance that your next penny could change your life forever. As new technologies like AI-driven coin scanning apps and advanced grading services become available, the ability to detect these ultra-rare anomalies improves. This means that more 2004 errors may still be out there, waiting to be discovered. The chase is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. The 2004 1-cent coin has carved its place in history, not just as currency, but as legend. So, the next time you're handed change at the grocery store, don't just throw that penny aside. Look at it. Examine the date. Check the details. Because who knows? You might be holding a piece of American history worth millions. And if you are, it will be the best cent you've ever spent. If you enjoyed this incredible journey into the mysterious and valuable world of the 2004 1-cent coin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and tap the bell so you never miss another treasure hunting tale. You never know when your pocket change might make you a millionaire.